The federal government of Nigeria has said that the ongoing nationwide protest is no longer peaceful, warning that it will not fold its hands and allow the country to be thrown into anarchy. This is following the violence that has trailed the NSAS protests in some parts of the country, specifically the attack on Governor L0NGER of Osun State on Saturday. Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture, gave the warning on Saturday when he featured on the late-night Nigeria Television Authority NTA News program Weekend File. He said the assassination attempt on Oyetola was a clear confirmation that the protest had been hijacked by hoodlums and people with ulterior agenda. According to Mohammed, the original convener of the NSAS protest might have meant well, but are no longer in control of the movement. Peaceful protest is an integral part of democracy, and that is why the federal government in the last 11 days treated the protesters in a very civilized manner, Mohammed said. But if you look at what happened at the governor of Osun State, it has gone completely beyond peaceful protest against excesses and abuse of power by the police. There is nowhere in the world where a government will fold its hands and allow the country to descend into anarchy. We are no longer dealing with NSAS, but a volatile situation that can lead to anarchy if government does not take some firm steps to protect the lives and livelihood of innocent Nigerians, he said. Mohammed said a protest where protesters are now blocking the roads and highway cannot be said to be peaceful because workers are finding it difficult to get to their offices and back home while many Nigerians are stranded on the roads. We have nothing against peaceful protest, but there are civilized ways of doing so, he said. This is by going to a venue where you are not going to disturb other Nigerians, because where your own right stops, other person's right begins. These are the words of Lai Mohammed. Well, the issue of Oyetola is not something that is clear. Osun State Governor Adegboyega Oyetola, he has broken his silence on Saturday's attack on his convoy by armed thugs. We all know that armed thugs came after peaceful protesters. So we are not going to say the peaceful protesters are the ones that are violent. It is the armed thugs that have been caught, and they claim that they were set. Those are the things that they need to investigate. That's the job of the police, to investigate this. The Nation newspaper had reported that Oyetola, his deputy Benedict Alabi, and other state executives narrowly escaped death on Saturday when thugs attacked them after addressing NSAS protesters in Osogbo, capital of Osun State. The same way these thugs attacked peaceful protesters, so we can as well say that the peaceful protesters escaped death. Speaking in a statewide broadcast on Sunday morning, the governor described the incident as unfortunate and against the Omoluabi ethos. He said he joined the NSAS protesters by marching from Alekuwodo area to meet the protesters at Olaiya Junction, where he addressed them. However, the protest was hijacked by thugs who wanted to kill him. He said, "We escaped from the scene without shooting or firing tear gas at anyone. But after the incident, we gathered that 2 people died. One of them died as a result of a bike accident." He said the attack was politically motivated and targeted at killing him and other executive members of the state. So that's clear. It was politically motivated. It's got nothing to do with the peaceful protesters. It's as simple as that. So whatever it is, they should deal with this by investigating and finding out. Of course, police are supposed to be there protecting the protesters, not allowing criminals to hijack it. That's what we believe. Yes, we know this is against the SARS and many other atrocities, but then we cannot say the police should not do their work by making sure they protect. But they are not there to protect. That's the point. They are there to commit more havoc, to kill, to steal, and to destroy, and nothing more. So it's a terrible thing. There is no excuse to kill peaceful protesters at all. There's no excuse at all. So as regards the federal government claiming that the ongoing nationwide protest is no longer peaceful, and that they say they are not going to fold their hands, we have not asked them to fold their hands. They should just do the right thing. It's very simple. Investigate, go after the people who are trying to hijack the protest. People have the right to protest. That's it. People have the right to protest. It's not about if it lasted 11 days and if they treated them peacefully. Even if it lasts forever, they have to be treated in that manner, peaceful. As they are peaceful, there is no violence. There is no one trying to kill anybody, aside the criminals that some of them gave, money to come out to attack people. That's it. So there is no more civilized manner at which anyone can protest than the way this protest has been going. So they're only looking for excuses to shoot at protesters, and they are claiming that they won't fold their hands. This is already a revolution, and they are panic. They are in a panic mode. That's it. So if any of them try to go after the protesters by shooting or trying to do anything, it's definitely going to be, it's going to turn into something else. It's going to turn into end Nigeria protest, not even the end SARS, and trying to make sure that they do the right thing. That's it. So we are not going to sit down and allow them to hijack this and change the narrative. That's it. Government of Nigeria warning the people. What does this mean? This protest is already turning into a revolution, so there's no way out of it. Instead of them to fix what they need to fix and put things right, they are coming out with daft statement and claiming that this is terrible. This is terrible. Claiming that they are saying people have hijacked it, it's no longer peaceful anymore, and they're going to do this, they are going to do that. This is sad. This is sad. This is terrible. But then there is no other way a protest would be peaceful than what we have seen. There's no other way, even though they tried several ways to kind of penetrate it and do certain things and turn it around, still they have not succeeded. The people have been organized, they've been peaceful. There are different avenues that people are using to express their views, and they cannot claim that certain few criminals, hoodlums, that they themselves are aware of, they cannot claim that those 0.1% are the reason why they have to come out and begin to attack. It is better they come out with security to protect the protesters. And as these securities are protecting, they themselves need to begin to check themselves and begin to do the right thing. This is not going to come to an end. And if this violence increases and they're beginning to kill, I think the war that they are not thinking of will begin. This is how this thing starts. Because when people are pushed to the wall and there is no other thing again, they become wild. That thing inside of them comes out, and you begin to see, this kind of things happen in Rwanda and all of those countries. You will begin to see people feel that Nigeria cannot be that. It can. It can. So it's better they go back to the drawing table. It's better they do the needful. It's better they begin to look at it themselves, because they themselves will have no hiding place. We understand that they have private jets that they can fly out. Those private jets will not be used anymore. They won't be able to get to their private jet. It will be a do or die. After all, majority of them are in Nigeria at the moment due to the coronavirus. So it's going to be everybody together in it. If heaven is going to fall, it's going to fall on everyone. So it's better they do the right thing and stop threatening and saying the protest has been hijacked, blah, blah, blah. We are going to do this and citing one or two cases. No, it's not possible. They are not going to hijack this at all.